There are so many beautiful ways it can literally change your life.
Affirmations shape our reality because words shape our reality.
Because it is creating in your body a habit that you are already doing, rather than giving yourself an out.
Affirmations mean nothing without feeling.
I am worthy of all good things. You're listening to episode 12 of the Apology Void podcast.
Episode 12.
I had to reaffirm myself before we started that we were actually on episode 12. I was like, last one was 11, this one is 12. Got it. Okay.
You had to do it on the countdown.
I did. It was like 3, 2. I almost looked at our notes.
Episode 12.
Gosh, man, I think it's the never-ending headache that I have, but it's fine.
Yeah, headaches suck.
They really do. We were just talking about that. And like, if you've never had migraine with aura before, they are terrifying. And I hope and pray that you never end up with one, because bless are they scary. No, thank you.
No, thank you. No, it's not it. And we'll just keep affirming that I'm never going to have one again, but I probably will.
Anyway. I'm going to hope for your sake that you don't. And that, you know, both of us can just continue our happy little lives, migraine free, at least without the aura part, because like the visual and auditory things that come with them are wild. You literally think that you are losing your mind. So
yes, it came up because this happened to me the other night, the auditory ones, and I actually thought I was losing my mind. Anyway, on a more positive note, we're talking about affirmations today. I know we just touched on this last week or last fortnight, like that we were going to do a whole episode and how affirmations can like greatly impact your life.
Yeah, I feel like you are kind of like the affirmation queen over here.
I love affirmations.
Yeah, you have talked about them a lot, and I love it. And I just want to hear like all you have to say on affirmations, because
this episode could go forever. So we
So what's the deal? What's the deal with affirmations? Right. Why do you love them?
I think a good place to start is because I hadn't been exposed to things like affirmations. You know, I spoke about in the last couple of weeks how I had delved into sort of personal development over the last 8 years. And a part of that was affirmations. That was foreign to me. So I'd never done anything like affirmations before that. So I guess for our listeners, if you don't know what affirmations are, don't be discouraged. I didn't know what they were, and I thought it was a bit woo-woo. When I first started, I was like, this is not doing anything. It's like, what is this going to do, man? Like saying things that I want, like it's not going to help, whatever. Anyway, they do help. I was wrong. Put in my box. That's great. So what are they? Basically, an affirmation is like a simple statement, a positive statement to help rewire our brain. So it's something that we say preferably out loud. Like I know, again, this is around our comfort zone. Sometimes we there's that word, but sometimes we feel uncomfortable saying them out loud. So if we starting point in our head, that's okay. But the idea is to say them out loud, positive things around where we're going. So we spoke about confidence. So an affirmation could be, I face every day with confidence and courage, for example. That's a good affirmation to like around that topic, right? And why they matter is because affirmations shape our reality because words shape our reality. So thoughts create our words create our actions create our life.
Yeah.
So it has to start right back. So if you want to make changes in your life, like physical changes or, you know, mental changes, it starts right back at our thoughts. Then we need to reaffirm positive versions of our thoughts.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good point.
Absolutely. And you talked about how you're meant to say them out loud. There is such power in hearing your own voice say those positive things. Like there's one thing to think things in your head over and over, right? That can do so much. But the more that you say them out loud, the more you are physically using your musculature to to recreate those words out loud to then hear them back to yourself. So you're taking those extra steps to ingrain it further in your body and to create the affect associated with that. Like if you say, I'm gonna have a good day, like in this very pouty, like awful voice and facial expression, that's so much different than saying it in the like, I'm gonna have a great day. Those two things, when you say them out loud or in your head, the way that you say them, the way that you hold yourself, the way that you actually address things is so impactful and actually just reinforces. And while I said like the I will have a good day, you want to take those words out of affirmations as well. It's not the like, I will approach today with courage and confidence. It's I approach all I do with courage and confidence. It's saying the present tense rather than future because it is creating in your body a habit that you are already doing rather than giving yourself an out. So, like, I totally agree. Affirmations can hold a lot of power because words hold a lot of power.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right about the demeanor and, language and tone that we use as well. And on top of that is smiling. So like affirmations mean nothing without feeling. So if you don't feel what you're saying, so if you've got, like I embrace every day with courage and confidence. So what does that feel like? Like, do you feel powerful when you say that? Do you feel like you could take on the world when you say that? Or do you feel like, oh, embrace it with courage, confidence, whatever. Like me at the start, like, whatever, this is not doing anything. They probably weren't doing anything because I was like, whatever. But and the feeling around, so we can affirm goals too. And I guess the feeling I'm referring to is more related to that. If you have a goal, you affirm that goal every day. Think about what it would feel like to have achieved that goal and bring that feeling into the affirmation when you're saying it. So if that goal will make you feel fulfilled, will make you feel happy, will make you feel accomplished, when you're saying, I have this in my life, like the goal that you've already achieved, that's the feeling that you need to feel with it, because that will bring it forward way more than just saying it. Bring it forward, like put it out to the universe way more than just saying it willy-nilly like a tick box. Do them in front of the mirror. In front of the mirror is phenomenal.
Yeah. It's a really honestly, I used to do them by writing them on my mirror as like a visual reminder to myself, because it's one of those things that, again, it's a practice just like everything else we do, but I wasn't sure how I would remember to do that. And so I would take an expo marker, like a dry erase marker, and write on my mirror an affirmation that I wanted to repeat to myself, or something that I needed to ingrain in myself. I actually started that when I was like 16, which was pretty young to do that. Yeah. I would do that really on the mirror in my parents' home.
I can't do that because that gives me anxiety, because I would have to clean it off. But that's just can't.
Understood.
But if it
Post-it notes.
It works. Post-it notes. Put them in your notes on your phone.
Yep. Wherever you're going to look.
Wherever you're going to look. And pick affirmations that are relevant to what you want to achieve, and things that you have doubts, or areas of your life that you want to improve. So it doesn't have to be confidence. We just use as an example. It doesn't have to be goals. So say if you have a poor money mindset is coming to mind. Like if you think negatively about money, like, rich people, negative, whatever it is, money doesn't grow on trees, all that, you've been brought up with all that sort of stuff. So if money mindset is something you need to work on, create affirmations around that. So something that you want to create change in, or something that will benefit from creating change, focus on affirmations until you see change.
Yeah.
You don't need to change your affirmations every single day. You can say the same affirmations for 2 months if that's what it takes. And I feel like that's where in the beginning I was going wrong as well. So I was like, okay, what do I want today? And I was just writing stuff down and just saying it again, checkbox. But it wasn't something, the true personal growth and the true rewiring of our brain will happen repetition, time and time again, and on things where we want to see change.
Yeah. Yeah, I know part of mine currently is having gratitude for my changing body. Um my
Yeah.
body as I go through some changes in life and as I potentially go through perimenopause, which is so fun. Um no, it's not fun at all.
No, I'm sure it's not. I'm
Like
sure it's not.
my body is changing. And so anytime I start to feel any sort of doubt, I literally look at myself in the mirror. And I go, I I have gratitude for this body that carries me. My body is beautiful and supports everything I do. And so I create these the words that I need to hear, and I'm starting to actually like feel them and feel the difference and like I don't, this is going to sound weird maybe, but like believe them. I'm starting to actually believe them rather than just thinking they're, you know, thinking they're positive, happy, beautiful little rainbow thoughts. No, like they
No,
aren't.
yeah.
They are the truth and they are the things that I am manifesting in my life, that I am believing and that I am creating a positive mindset around through my words. You know, it's something I feel like we can all use in all aspects of our life. Whether you deal with, again, like that limited money mindset, or with body issues, or maybe there's something at work, or you struggle to go to the gym, or you deal with anxiety, or whatever. Like there are affirmations for literally everything.
Mm. And it was really interesting then when you were speaking, you were saying you actually starting to believe it.
Yeah.
And instead of it just being like fairies and rainbows and woo woo, like what I thought, right? But there's
Yeah.
actually there's actually science behind affirmations. Studies have shown that affirmations can change things. Things like stress, things like confidence boosting, things like belief systems. Like that is all real. That's not fairies and rainbows. I love it.
It
We've just gone with this.
100%.
Gone with this. We've gone with the fairies and
100%.
rainbows.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. One of my professors in one of my neurologic music therapy courses said neurons that fire together wire together. And so if you're firing off two different things at the same time, they start to actually wire together. So if you are engaging your visual sense and you're looking at something and you're saying out loud words, then you're also engaging the auditory and the verbal processing parts of your brain, and you are actually bringing all three of those things together in saying an affirmation. So the more that you do that, the more that those things fire together, the more that you're actually creating this neural network that supports itself. And it's so cool. And the fact that we just talked about neuroplasticity and neurons makes me so happy.
We're getting a bit scientific, I know, but for non-scientific brains, which is fine, they impact our daily life anyway. Like how we think about ourselves, how we approach situations, how we approach our life is changed through affirmations. And even if it's about creating that confidence in yourself, about body, like what you're doing at the moment, your affirmations are around body and body image and being strong in your body and proud of it. If it's around that, great. If it's around confidence in goals, great. Just pick what's right for you, and that can make changes. Like I think that's really, really important. And, we've been sharing affirmations actually since we started on our Instagram. They will become more of a weekly thing going forward and based around the topic that we speak about. Affirmations on affirmations probably won't happen, but we'll make them about something. Then it's just little snippets for you to help guide you of what affirmations could look like. Like, what are the words that sometimes I keep stopping my thoughts. Make words that you could use is my end of my sentence there. But it's because sometimes when we're writing affirmations, it's like, well, I don't know what to say. Like, what should it be about? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to write down. They're just suggestions. And if you want suggestions as well, like, reach out to us. Like, if you say, oh, I really want to work on such and such, but I don't really know what I could say to help me, message us and we can help you come up with some affirmations on that topic. Like, more than happy to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like at this point, at this day and age, when we have so many incredible tools available to us, there is no reason that you cannot be using affirmations or come up with them. Like, if you're struggling to come up with an affirmation for a specific thing, and maybe you don't want to reach out, which please always do reach out, but if you don't want to, there are tools like Google where you could type in affirmations for da 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 da. And I swear to you, you will get list upon list upon list, at which point you can pick the one that feels the most correct for you. Don't just go with the first one. Go through and find one that feels right for you. And if it doesn't feel right, tweak it. Other great tool, things like AI, like ChatGPT. Seriously, you can use that to say, give me 10 affirmations for this. If you don't relate to those, type in something a little extra and say, can you edit these to be a little more da da da? Add an adjective here. And like, you have the tools. If you're not an internet person, go to your local library or find a book that is filled with affirmations. There are so many incredible books that have affirmations or affirmation posters in them that you can tear out one day after the next. I bet there's a daily calendar with affirmations.
Surely.
There are so many beautiful ways that you can engage in this simple but incredibly meaningful practice that it can literally change your life. Change your life.
And if you want to create your own, like, a couple of things that you can do, like, always keep them in the positive, present tense.
Yes.
So it's always, like you mentioned this before, it's not I will do this. It's I am, I have, I this. Like, it's not this is coming. You need to affirm that you are that thing that you want already. Yeah. It's not about, and again, make them personal. So figure out what you want, like figure out where you're working towards, make them personal to you. So don't just listen to somebody else. Like, if affirmations that we're using on that topic is not what you're working on, don't use them. Please just don't use them because we've got them there. Like, make them personal to you, because you're the only person that can create the feeling that I referred to earlier. Your goal is your goal. Your achievements are your achievements, and you're the only person that can create the feeling that you will achieve or that is around that goal, if that makes sense. So they've got to be personal to you, and just repeat them daily. Whatever you do daily. Also, don't make a list of 10. Just make a list of 3 or 4 or 1 or 2. Or don't make 10, because you're not going to do that daily. Nope. Like, sorry, not trying to be negative Nancy, but you're just not. Like, that just then becomes I created 10 affirmations, look at me go. It just becomes a tick box. You don't need 10. Absolutely not. And just repeat the ones until the change comes in that area. So you start to believe it, like you are with them. And then you can start to tweak. So when you see changes in that area of your body, you say, okay, so now I feel like my limiting beliefs around what I can do with my body, so the affirmations will just slightly shift, if that makes sense. So don't do 10. Seriously.
And I think the other part is, and I think you mentioned this, is keeping them positive. Getting the negative language out of there. So rather than saying, I am not a bad person, saying, I am worthy of all good things. Or rather than saying, I will not buy anything today, say you're trying to like change your spending habits or come out of a consumer mindset. Say that's a thing, because I know a lot of people who are in that place. Maybe instead of saying, I will not buy anything today, you're changing that affirmation to, I have enough and I am grateful. Or I am grateful for all I have. I have enough to sustain me. It's keeping
I have abundance. Like
I have abundance
in my life. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So whatever one resonates with you around any topic, so long as it is present and in positive language. Present
Yeah,
tense
100%.
positive language.
And we have spoken about this before, but I'll just touch on it, that your brain can't ignore, like when you say, I will not do this, your brain doesn't hear the not. It just hears buy things, buy things.
Yeah.
So if you're saying, I will not buy things today, your brain's not hearing will not buy. It's just thinking buy. It's like buy, buy, buy. So you're
I will buy
essentially, I'll buy things. Essentially by saying, I won't do this, you're affirming the thing that you're saying you won't or don't want.
Yeah.
It actually is funny how it works like that. It's about reframing them, because you have to affirm always positive, because it always has to be a do. It can't be a don't, because your brain can't process it like that. And it just thinks buy things. And you just
Positive reinforcement. We want to positively reinforce and redirect.
Yeah.
Redirect.
100%.
Give your brain something else to think about that is positive rather than negatively reinforcing this other thing. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. And just start small. So,
Yeah.
like, we spoke about not creating 10, but then it's about doing it over time. So go, okay, I'm going to do these 3 affirmations that I've created, or 2 affirmations every day for 1 week.
Yeah.
See the shift that makes.
Yeah.
Look, because the first time you do it, it's not going to stick forever.
Nope.
God, I've restarted affirmations 700 times. Because obviously, the first time I did it, I was like, ugh, whatever. So I was doing it to tick a box. But even when I was like actually doing it, I was like, okay, right, affirmations, and I'd be great at it. I'd be like going strong a month in, then something would happen and I'd fall off, miss a couple of days. Once you miss 2 days, you miss 3. Once you miss 3, you've missed a month.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you get back on. Don't let it discourage you. Just go, okay, great. I've fallen off the train of affirmations, because it will not happen that you change. You start doing affirmations tomorrow, in 6 months' time. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. Kudos to you. Likely that you will have days that you fall off. But that doesn't matter. Like, maybe if that's something, because I am that person, I'm like an all or nothing. So that's just my personality. So an affirmation is like, I am consistent. I practice daily. Like, I practice affirmations daily. Actually, I'm going to start doing that. I bring myself good ones, because I'll need this, because I'm an all or nothing, which is goes against consistency a little bit. You can't really be like all in hardcore 24/7 for the rest of your life. Our bodies don't work like that.
No.
But I do that. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going, I get no sleep, and I'm functioning on like pumping everything out, and then I'm off the grid for a month, and off the grid. But then I do nothing, and then all my hard work just starts to...
I get it. I have been the same, and it's about finding that balance. If you're somebody who needs help with consistency, a couple ideas are like setting the background screen on your phone or on your computer to be an affirmation, to be something that you read every time you look at your phone. Every time you turn your phone onto the little home screen, instead of it being, a pretty picture, have it be a pretty picture with words that are affirming. Or set a reminder in your phone, or download an affirmations app that every day at 7 a.m. will give you, first thing in the morning, this affirmation that you repeat. Use your smart device to every morning start your day with that. Use that as your alarm. Like, there are ways
to just type them in.
Yeah,
like type
keep
your
it
own
consistent
in to the alarm. Yeah.
Yep. Keep it consistent. And those are some ideas for people who struggle with that, because that's me, and why I used Post-its. I mean, gosh, I had a Post-it note right inside my bedroom door that said, take your meds, so that every day I walked out my door, I had to see something that said, take your meds. Because
Before it
that
became the habit, I
consistency.
guess.
Yeah, before it became a habit, I needed the visual reminder. And some people
Yeah.
are that way, where they are visual people who need that,
Oh,
that
100%.
external something. So there are ways, and there are ways to go about things. And it's a really beautiful, beautiful practice. So cannot recommend enough.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I just want to come back because you said you've been doing affirmations since you were like 16. That's like,
Yeah.
can we just come back to that? Because that's amazing. Like, did someone teach you how to do that?
I don't honestly remember where that came from. I feel like it came from a book or something.
Like, remember that? Like, those TV shows when we were that age, like, always had. What's coming to mind is I'm a One Tree Hill fan. Listeners,
Okay.
fun fact about me, right? The scene
Marvelous.
that's coming to my mind is Brooke, if you know the show, when she gets attacked by the attacker and she's got the red on the mirror.
Okay.
That's
Never
coming
watched
to my
it.
mind.
I never
The
watched it.
silence
I'm
is
sorry.
deafening because I'm just not sure what to say. But it's fine. It's fine. Yep.
I'll work on it.
I know, guys. I know it's old school. I know. It's cringe. I get it. But I love it. It's one of my 5 comfort shows.
We all
Anyway,
have those. We all have comfort shows.
I'm assuming that there was lots of shows like that and they probably had like writing on the mirror and stuff because that was kind of the vibes. And there was another
Sure.
scene in the same show how they were doing like they had the projector and it was projecting like things onto her. Anyway, you get my point.
I don't know where mine came from. I have always been, since I was like a teenager, into self-betterment and personal
So good.
development, and how can you improve upon yourself, which was detrimental at points, of course, but now has balanced out much as an adult. However, yeah, I was writing on my mirror and had Post-it notes with affirmations and positive
It's just
things,
so
like
amazing.
positive self-talk. Yeah, when I was
Because
16.
I never did any of that. Like I was introduced to personal development in my late 20s. Like it was all brand new. I mean, some of it no, but most of it brand new to me.
Yeah. Yeah, for years I
did
didn't
it. Like I wish I did as a teenager.
yeah, I didn't read like fiction books until the past couple years, unless they were specifically for school.
Wow.
I only read like nonfiction and personal development.
That had to have come from somewhere. I know we're getting off topic, but that had to have come from somewhere. Like your parents obviously maybe did it or
They read a lot of fiction. Mom, Dad, where you at? You want to respond to this? Where'd this come from?
And do you know what's funny though? I remember my mum had the book when I was a kid in our like office or whatever. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I put it in our recommendations last week. Knock my microphone because I've got him. I put it on our recommendations last week. She has always had that book, and then other personal development books. So she was obviously reading those.
Yeah,
but we didn't.
I think my dad had some. I think my dad had some of those, but he was also in like sales and everything. And so like how you present yourself to other people was always very important. I never had an etiquette class or anything, but dinner time was how do you use an appropriate like fork and knife? How do you sit? How do you talk to adults? How do you do these things? How do we set a table? Like how do you interact with the world in a way that makes you appear confident and approachable? So like we talked about these things, not that I had a lot of confidence on the inside. We talked about them on a regular basis. So
no, that's good though. I think that's really important. And
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's again probably off topic, but affirmations. I was just curious because I find it really fascinating when people, because the only, I guess, kids that I know that have sort of engaged in affirmations and things like that are like children of friends that I have predominantly in my business and stuff that practice these things all the time,
Yeah.
like that practice affirmations all the time, that practice gratitude all the time, their children are exposed to it and they do it. And you get these little like 3-year-olds there in the mirror, like, I am strong. And they're doing it. It's amazing. Like, I'm like, you little gun. Like,
have you heard like the Snoop Dogg affirmation song?
No.
Oh my gosh. It's amazing. It's amazing.
And because I need to
kids are singing that now, like this affirmation song. The fact that it's become so much more a part of like everyday culture makes my heart so happy.
Same.
I'll send you the affirmation song and you'll be like singing it daily.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
But anyway, affirmations, super important. I will bring them up again, that's for sure, because I talk about them every week.
Every single week.
And we'll be sharing them on our Instagram and stuff. But I feel like it's just super important. It needed a little chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, good stuff. Reach out to us and share the affirmation that you choose with us.
Yeah,
let us know which one you're working on.
A little box, on the thingy. Like, what's your affirmation for this week?
On the thingy.
On the story, there's little box thingies, like,
yes.
You type stuff.
To ask a question.
I'm phenomenal at social media.
We're doing great. We're doing great. Oh boy. Well, have a good week. We will chat soon.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye.